Hey, what's up you guys, DJMama here, and we're here to rank more random archetypes. If you didn't see the last one, we put a lot of archetypes at 10. There was only 2 of them actually. But let's see which ones will get the 10s today, shall we? We got a lot to go through, so let's see it, shall we? Earthbound Immortal, I mean it got the prisoners and the line walkers, so it could do something. Back then in Synchro era, this would have been an automatic one. Just a you had to pick which Earthbound Immortal you wanted to play, but now you have the line walker stuff, and there's an archetype around it. So was it good? No, I think the best thing it was Earthbound Runic, but that's pretty alright. So I'll put it here. Evol. Okay, I'm gonna put it at 4 because the extra deck monsters are what make and create this archetype. They tried to do better main deck guys, a trap that just made one on your opponent's turn, one of the extra deck guys on their turn. So yeah, they just kind of hey, turbo out the extra deck guys, we'll help you do that. And yeah, it's still like the main deck guys aren't anything and the extra deck guys are everything, so it is what it is. Millennium. Or I don't know how you want to call Exodia. I'm gonna say this is a Millennium. So Millennium, it's like a boomer archetype gone right. It has a clear game plan where you can just do the combo no matter what happened during it. Ankh is so crazy, Sen Engine is crazy, and the payoff is obliterate, get the 5 pieces and do Exodia things. It's at least a 5. But I think because of the success of Sen Engine and Golem, I'll put him up to a 6. So there's that. Now we have Exo Sister. Certainly with Martha there is 7. I think they're getting more support later down the line, but we haven't heard about that in a while. So I'm not really that sure. So that seems like, yeah, pretty good there. When it was released in Potent, when we got Martha, that's the most important because it had to fight tier limit. And that's like the way to do that there. So yeah. I think this is FA. The field spell archetype. A field spell archetype's annoying to play because you can't just use counters because they change their levels a lot. It's annoying. But it does do a decent amount of stuff. Hang on Mock. I'm gonna put it actually just above Earthbound Immortal. It stayed decent for a time, but it released during a time where a lot of things were strong, like Firewall combo. I think they got a resurgence after that, after Firewall combo with Hulk stuff. They did Hulk stuff too, because I think they also had decent things. Ghost Trick, aka UDF Turbo line. I'm gonna put them here. They have a funny win con. They're consistent out the 1 stuff, or their main deck guys just say, don't ever go to the battle phase because I have Jack Frost. Yeah, I'll put them there. Pretty smashable after Ghost Trick Shot, and they're not too bad. Prank Kid. Definitely an 8. If they were to get Mew today in 2025 and onto 2026, would they be a good deck? Probably not. Would they be splashable? No. Would they see play? I wouldn't doubt it. People would try it, like Thunder Dragon, when they saw Colossus off the list, we gotta play Thunder Dragon again. Some people did, and it phased out maybe 2 weeks in. People would play it if they got Mew back, but I don't think it would make that much of an impact at this day and age. But the barrier was much strong, and I hated it still to this day. Trickstar. It should be funny, I should put it 2 because minus 200, but it's definitely stronger than that. I will give it to 7. Minus 200, Droll, the deck that actually made us fear Droll. Yeah, this deck kind of didn't, it was, around during toss. I think even low before toss, that. I was minus 200. It is what it is. But it was never the top contender in the room, ever. I don't think it was, but it was definitely one of the good decks you got to work out for. But top contender, oh yeah, this event is going to be won by Trickstar. Sure. Scrap. funny engine, funny guys, but the best thing about them, once again, extra guys. Okay, Scrap Dragon was great. Scrap Wyvern in the Link 2 keeps seeing play in like combo decks because bodies, give me more bodies. Yeah. Next other like archetype that got better once it got a support, and it has a funny win con. Arcana Force. I wanted to try to build Arcana Force in Drytron. I did it with tried to do it with like max copies of Gamma, the one that summons back. You tribute summon Arcana Force the world, tribute all the bodies, skip their turn, draw a card, and then you just go. It's just like Drytron, go. It was funny. Arcana Force on its own may be able to do some things, but that thing is just not Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just like, I will turn skip you, and it's my turn to play again! Yeah. White Forest. I'm gonna put it at an 8. Strong deck. The ways it has to outdroll is very funny. It has one called by, one cross out. So they started running Sales Ban. I was like, is Prohibition not the same thing? We want to run Sales Ban. Specifically. Yeah. funny deck. Oh, I think because Sales Ban is not a continuous spell, it might mess up their zones in the background. Funny. Sure, I guess. White Force is very strong. It's a dual Tainer of an archetype because it just kind of just does something, and it seems like it should lock you, but it doesn't really lock you at all. So, fun. Oh, Fossils. A 2. Everybody knows this archetype because of Fossil Fusion, right? No, they know it because you send this Fossil Warrior and another Fossil Fusion card with like Ultimate Slayer. Diviner didn't say anything. Dogmatica Punishment. Yeah, they're just Dogmatica Punishment extra deck cards, sadly. Which is a use, but not anywhere near intended. Flu. Oh god. I think Flu is a 9. The reason why is Flu just is on its own axis sometimes. During the time of Bode to Poe to even after like maybe mid 2023, and even like during Snake Eye format, I'm like, how many shifters are in the? They're like, how many shifters in the format? I can do it. Well, Rabina will get me there. Rabina will get me there. Rabina Chain England. Man, yeah, the first like weirdly annoying banish archetype before Malice. Oh wow, yeah. I think Flu just sometimes will just come in, sneak in, remind you people what Rabina does, and then go right back out again. That's how it's gonna come. Like they're on the adventure of like one top this year, and then back out. Very funny deck. Oh, okay. So if this is gadgets could probably go in 5. Yeah, it's 5. So gadgets, the early day, they're like, all right, normal summon, search a guy. That's it. They were the gadgets. The blue gadget, aka they're just Stratos. They just keep adding and they keep having advantage. They're just deck thinning and deck thinning throughout. And then they got platinum gadgets and the gold and silver gadget. They're they're just guys. It's like machine support at this point. But they were guys. They're just like, yeah, I'll just draw everything and just hope my back. They just like normal summon a guy and set some back row, and it was just the old Yu-Gi-Oh type of thing. And somehow they were advantaging you because they always had a normal summon search and then a draw, and that's what they banked on. Gaia. I'm gonna put it at maybe above Earthbound Immortal. I think the end board guy is better, but not really going on. Gate Guardian. Shout out to Doug Zeef and his Saga Roulette. This archetype does something now. It can turbo out the guy. There's some steps to it, but they can't get to big. Not this big guy. New fusion guy. Yeah. Gishki. It definitely did have its time in the sun in Photon Hypernova. The new support was very good. A search spell, a guy who's Grimes who summons out a guy from deck, aka Abyss, to search another guy. Naramonis was card. You know what? These cards are responsible for FTKs. They're FTK monsters. Because initially with Mind August and Gust Kraken, they were just hand looping for 40 minutes. And then later they did like Zell Gigas, Gustav Mac, XTK, and then when Naramonis came out, another 10. They did it again. So I think the FTK enablers, I'm like, Gishki is just drawn to once again. Hey, we have the tools, and we're gonna use them. And they got hit again in Genesis recently, so must be doing something right. Gizmek Orochi. I'm gonna put it like probably around the same tier as Arcana Force. It was like 1 or 2 centralizing cards, but the rest of it is so not great. Let's just leave it at that. Orochi, always a good card, but the rest of the archetype, you don't need to read into it. This is Goblin Biker. Definitely had some time in the sun. Was a combo player's dream. Pearly's worst nightmare. Doobie Doug. I put it there. Was never a menace. I was just more like combo slop. Combo slop deck. There's like just like theorists were like, alright, and let's just throw everything at the table. Dante is a friend again. Goki. Oh, God. I'm gonna put it at 8 because the new support was supposed to help Goki hopefully not be extra link stuff, but they just continued it and they realized extra linking is not good enough anymore. Obviously, the haymaker of 2018 of Dark Warrior, this card just like still read fine. Super X into Rematch, into Twist Cobra, all still read good. However, as it's just lone archetype, won't do as much, and extra linking can be done by better decks. And there's a lot of high ceiling decks, and let's just say, yeah, these are the 2 high ceiling decks that are stopped by the hand trap drill. Scareclaw. Jesus Christ, what do you want me to say about this archetype? Definitely the least favorite Visas in terms of like, I don't know, competitive wise. Scareclaw's okay. Please, all Scareclaw players like, please do not out the Link 3. If you out the Link 3, I die. Definitely not as powerful as Tier, Cash, or yeah, Mid-Adium's probably on the same level. Alright, the frogs. The always endearing frogs. FTK enablers, meta menaces with Frog Monarch, Frog FTK, Edison, Swap Frog is taking over, and Swap Frog even today is still good in Sprite. I think frogs have stood a crazy test of time, which is insane, because some of them released way before the now Yu-Gi-Oh playing, like, watching base even. This card, these guys are insane. It was like Treeborn Frog always giving you a tribute material every turn was nasty work. Then when Substitute and Ronin Totem came out, it uprooted a fan favorite format in Edison and just destroyed it with the Shining Darkness, and became FTK and combo decks just blew everything out of the water. Frog later would get Totally Awesome, which is still a good card to this day. It led to Bahamut Shark being banned in Mermail when they were playing, when they just went rank 4 Bahamut Shark Toad. Same with Ryzeal. And that's not Frog's fault. I'm like, it's not Totally Awesome's fault. It's all those, you should just be playing 2s. So I'm gonna put frogs there, my bias, but it could probably be 8 or 7. It's fine. Ancient Warriors. So y'all know Double Dragon Lords. Y'all love them. Y'all love Guan Yun, who was worst Pankratops. And that's about it. There was a line, I think, if you go tanky one of their guys, one of the normal summon one of their Ancient Warriors, summons out another one, and then you can make, what is it, Lion Emperor or something? It was a Beast Warrior rank 4 that mills 5 that I'm not, that's not. It's either, what is it? Yeah, it's either a Fire Fist or a Bujin, I think, that mills 5, and there was like, that's your new tier limit line after you've lost the millers. Ugh, gross. Another gross one, Magna Warrior. It could be... there's like 2-3 waves of support of this archetype. Crazy work. Maybe the new one will do good, like Sigma Plus. I think that's part of this archetype. If not, oh, that's kind of upsetting. Battle Wasp. It's alright. It's sadly released around the same time as Malice. So, when everybody was preparing for Malice with Lancia, they were secretly also preparing for this deck, which also banished a lot to Plus. So, unfortunately, it didn't enter a format which liked it, which could feature it heavily. So, sad. Harpy. I'll put Harpy at 5. Harpy is very flexible. But I think Harpy with Primite, actually with like, you know, Cyber Slash and Primite stuff, could do something in Genesis. Yeah, Cyber Slash, this is just pretty much like it dominating Duel Links. I'll put it right there, Harpy. Obviously Feather Duster, but you know, that's just, I'll search off Hysteric Sign, so it's fine. Hero! So a fan favorite archetype is obviously 10. It gets so much support, and it's getting more support in 2026. But as overall, great search engine over the years. Stratos was just Stratos. Stratos, I think, almost came to us limited. No, it didn't. There was like 1 or 2 week period where it was at 3, and then immediately went to 1 and stayed at 1 until like 2020. Like, it was insane how long Stratos was limited. I'll put it at 8. I think overall, Hero has stood a decent amount of time, but during most of its time, it was still like, alright, Ferris, send Malicious, and then hope you don't have anything else for me here. They created DD Crows, Bestials, more hand traps became more popular, and Nibiru. So there's more to do now once we get like Fountain is the new guy they're all excited about, or the more manga heroes who aren't adapted yet. So yeah, I'll put it at an 8, strong 8. That's as much as I can put it there. Hieratic. Hieratic was actually good, but it's now just on seals. My goodness, thank goodness this card. Every Dragon Link player is so happy. Spears reads 2 dragons, and not 2 dragons plus a vanilla. Because can't you imagine? I think Dragon Link players would still do it. They'd run a Dragon Vanilla just to make this card. And this card's still good. It's a bounce and a summon from deck. Isn't that insane? Horus. We still only have its wave. I think Horus is a strong 7. It's one of the strongest engines that's been in 2024. It hasn't been around 2025. During like 2024, people thought this archetype is so strong. It has no downside. You just kind of run a King's Heart, can summon Cetis, and like 1 or 2 other extra guys, and you just have bodies on board to just hit over people and just almost end games immediately. You just have to ditch your whole hand, and sometimes that's a plus for you. And I've got to say, now in 2025, people are switching like, why would you ever play something that ditches your hand and then gives you bodies when you can just play the archetype that already does that for you? in Archetype stuff that does it for you. You don't have to get another Archetype to do that for you. But I think Horus still is very good. It's still very pricey, sadly. Heraldic definitely made a splash. Now with Ryziel, I think it got a top or even a win because of how crazy it was. It was hit in Genesis too recently, I think, because these cards are nasty work. The new cards anyway, yeah. Griffin, Whale. So yeah, I think that's a good place to put it. Herald of Perfection. This archetype has Diviner. You know, this one has Diviner. You might not think Diviner is a Herald card, but it says Diviner with Herald, and it works best in this archetype because you said Diviner said archetype. It's a purpose 6, and then you have either Dawn or Herald already up. You activate Dawn, tribute the Diviner, and then you get one of the lights too. That's very funny. Yeah, I'm putting it at 6. Personal bias. Negate, big guy, 28. You also get ultimateness, so negate. You just gotta play around how many fairies I got. Arlecchino, Amazement. It's sadly a trap deck that did not surpass Eldritch and did not exceed like Labyrinth, so just gotta put it there. I think there was a recent deck list with in Genesis for it, and I gotta say I think you still rather would play Eldritch. Infernoid. Deck that just kind of comes in and pops up sometimes, doesn't it? Putting it at 6, just like that one player who just comes in, plays Infernoid, tops, leaves, and then comes back some other random time that you feel it. Its most recent success was its play in Snake Eye when it had OSS, and then that's about it. I haven't seen it since. Digital Bug. Bye. Okay, fine. I'll give you a 2 because you were good in Duel Links. Freaking Trident. Cool. Inzektor. Inzektor. You haven't stood the test of time, but you were a menace all the way back then, and if you were Dragonfly Hornet looped back then, you are owed compensation because you're old now. Ice Jade. I think these cards are fine. They're just not great. They're fine. They're just not exceedingly awesome. Brave! Everybody and their mother was playing this archetype, but no one's playing it anymore. Because I think decks need their normal summon now. Once you had Snake Eye Ash into Poplar, I'm like, all archetypes need to have that play. And if they have to rely on the Brave engine, it's kind of rough. In these days in 2025. But back then, when everybody was playing Brave just to get a Griffin Rider, a negate, and then they can make the Link play, it's nasty work. Plus Draco back. Very fun guy. Jimjo? Jimjo archetype. Strong header. I got Jinzo OTK'd, but by the way, once in Edison. So they send the Jinzo stuff with Future Fusion revealing Overdragon sending a Cyber Dragon, and every machine, which is like all the Jinzo Ejectors, I think. And Jinzo Ejector banishes to summon back Jinzos. They summon 3 Jinzos. I died. Happens. He keeps showing up if a trap deck's ever relevant. Is normal summon Jinzo? No. But he keeps like showing up. This menacing man shows up in fan art. He's like, "You're the trap-based archetype." Yeah. I'll just put him there. K9. Oh god. Okay. Here's what I'll say. K9 on his elf, on its own, pure, was not as strong as Yummy or Dracotail pure in Jush format. It was the strongest engine. However, it is a now Worlds winner, multiple format dominator, got a card banned immediately on its release with Paradise Smasher. I have to put it at a 10 now The only thing I think right now is that Pure is not the best K9 variant. K9's always the engine. People were expecting Izana to just be a hand trap people were always running. That hasn't been the case at all. No one's just playing like 3 Izana and Lugia or Lupus as like Gamma and Driver. That's not what's happened. It's such a close 10. I'll leave it at 10 for now, but I think it's gonna be top of 9 once I decide to change things. Kaiju. Kaiju's archetype's not great, but all the monsters are good. All the monsters, removable spells. You might think, oh, the Kaijus aren't as impactful as some boards today. Lava Golem seems to be better, and then Spear mode, people don't play them up into Spear mode. So it's like a kind of pick your poison going second cards. But I think Kaijus still, since they're always around, always threaten those one end boss decks. So, and that's great. Karakuri, love these guys. Combo player dreams. They just like to spin the wheels and just like do combos, do nasty stuff. Burrito, Burebu. Anyway, summon a Cyber Dragon, eat your whole board. And then yeah, I think Hardcore is 6. So yeah, there we go. It's never. Yeah, it's not as good as 7 decks, sadly. Cash. Now this is the 10. That's the 10, ladies and gentlemen. Kashtira with a Rise Heart, even initially with Dabble, not a 10 deck. Then it got the Photonheimer Nova. It's a 10 deck. 3 Fenrir, 3 Theosis, 3 Unicorn, a Rise Heart, all those nasty guys. Just kept going, banishing my whole thing, looking at my extra deck, taking cards from me, and then on their own, Unicorn and Fenrir still do decently well. Yeah, so after Arise Heart, people thought we're never going to see Kashtira again. Later down the line, people saw Kashtira Fiendsmith, and they were like, I can't believe this low to the ground deck still does well, and I can't believe it. And then people are still getting their extra deck ripped against Fenrir. I'll just say that, yeah, I think Kashtira is great. If they still had a Rise Heart to this day, I'm glad it's also not Diablosis. So, yeah, Kawaki Meru. It feels like a 1. Rock Stun, sure. The Kawaki Merus have gotten some cards recently in other formats, like Ravenrose has seen some more play. There was a hat deck with like Urnite and Crusader. That's as good as you're gonna get. That's about it. Quackmare now is not even worth it. Cosmo really made a splash in Necros format. It's a deck that did pretty well for those few formats, then fell off because people stopped wanting to draw big ships only, no pilots. Which is something I also experienced in Prague when I had a decent pool for this deck. Wasn't great, but when you only draw ships, oh, it's awful. When you draw pilots and ships, oh, goody. You're gonna have a good time. So, it's a 7. I think this is Crawler. This is the Crawler field spell. This is Crawler World Legacy stuff. Crawler is like a 5. It's just a 5. There's going to be a better flip archetype that comes out soon, but I think Crawler, 5. Karibo, it's funny if you put him at 1, because they're a 1. But if you put him to a 5, it's also funny, because it's Karibon. 4. There's 4 Karibo brothers, so 4. They're just kind of a dumb guy archetype. This is Labyrinth. This is a 9. What kept the relevance is how many good trap cards they kept proning out. So like, there was a drought during like Snake Eye format, and then they released the Dominus cards, and they're like, oh, we can just keep setting Dominus Impulse, Purge, Song of the Dominators. That's what it's just holding on to today. There's been a dry spot for this format. I'll put it at 8. Yeah, I'll put it here. Labyrinth is great enough there. Libro. Putting it at a 3, sadly. It has tops. It's weird because all the guys in the archetype are like different types. It's weird. Lyralisk. It's funny if you put them at 1, but they're not. Very good archetype. Wrestle Starling had to be hit. Bird Up was nasty work, and they got UDF. They have a UDF line, easy. Just guys that combo and do bird stuff. You know, they can also search a roll. Or DD Crow. They search DD Crow, I think. Which is funny. Live Twin. Ooh. It seems like Live Twin should be really high, but it hasn't hit the highs on its own. It's gotten help with Sprite, and then Fiendsmith. And then they made a Link one for the archetype, and it didn't do a lot, which is insane to me. That Linked one read so crazy, and when it came out, no one did anything with this archetype, sadly. It's still strong, all the cards read crazy, but it's insane work that they have so many good cards, and there's not tops to those decent new cards that just released. Spellbook. Let me put it. It has to contest with Dragon Ruler. I'm gonna put it 6. That might be controversial on this one. I'm like, it's such a strong archetype. You can do Jowgen stuff. Who cares? I'm like, we can boost up Jowgen and we can like plus off. It's so, who cares? 2013 was strong. I think it was the only year it was strong afterwards. 2014, maybe. But if you go onward, you're like, oh, I don't know. Didn't have Judgment for so long. I'll put it at 7 at best. Because, I don't know. Yeah, I'll put it at 7. That's about it. Incantation. Drytron before Drytron. A great ritual supporting archetype. I think people understand now it's insane, but it just doesn't do the big thing on its own. It needs outside ritual support, which is, you know, what you need to do stuff. Because the end boss was this guy, Crealtar, not what you want to summon. But still a good amount of cards that just see play in Sealed. Sealed and like lower formats like Genesis. Dark Magician. Definitely not hitting the peaks of Blue Eyes these days. So many support cards. It's going to do great. It's going to have that impromptu Link one that's just a fusion that gets you to Dragoon. Jesus. So many cards. It doesn't have any real highs. Even being the main character's archetype. Ugh. Meanwhile, okay, so hands up to Dread Nova, who always finds something to do with Magic Key. Magic Key by itself, sadly, only the few waves that it has. All while good, just needs more. You're just never given more for the boy. It's a 3 at best. Madolche. Yeah, I'll put it here. The new support, what Link 3 is crazy. The finally Tiramisu being a quick effect is nasty. Could see play later, maybe in even Genesis. Would someone play Madolche in Genesis? I don't know. Vernus Elves are all lethal, so you never know. I think could see some play here. What is this? Oh, Christ, I know the archetype. Musketeer. Muskets. Magical muskets. No one would have thought these guys would have got a win under the belt, but they do, and it's because of Fiendsmith. Cards still read fine, you know, but Light Fiends, Malice. Shit. I mean, when it released in Master Duel, everybody wanted this deck slaughtered. Like, this deck should not be as good as it is. During the time it was rising on Malice, Malice has gotten weaker, and yet it's still performing now, currently in 2025, late November 2025, still performing. Even after all the decks seem to have gotten better, like Mitsurugi Yami and branded Draco Tail, Malice still kind of shows up. People thought this deck was dead, was gone, and then it just comes back. Damn, Cyber Slop. Manadium. Okay, here we go. It's gonna be slightly better than Scareclaw. That's about it. Marincess. Hard to describe Marincess because it has like gotten like weird tops throughout the time because dive, wave, crazy cards, Argonauts, nasty work. Big idiot who can't out, lots of interaction, and decent recursion. Plus they can play Silent Mining. Just doesn't have the results it should. Kind of unfortunate. Shaddoll. It's gonna have more support later down the line. That's gonna be crazy. We'll see if it pays off, but you know, Winda's still a card. I think it's still like splashed in a lot of archetype. It just got like Draco Tail was like, you know, we can play a few Shaddoll cards like Beast. It was like I think there's even like what? I don't know if I saw this. I don't know if I made this up, but I don't know. Were people playing like 3 Beast with branded Draco Tail and with K9? Or was that something like brewed up by someone deranged? I think Shaddoll is still well represented in the meta, even all this after all these years, and that's very respectable. Jesus Christ. It's another 10 archetype. Not only is the Animation Chronicle a 10, this archetype just keeps showing up. Even after 3... How long is it? Donna Majesty? Where these theater kids show up. It's a 10. It's just a 10. Gameplay loop. Nasty. Recursion. They just keep getting cards. I don't think they'll ever stop supporting this archetype. And now we get like White Ranger Albaz. It's gonna be different. Yeah, so more years to Brandon. Mathmech. Third best deck at Poe release. I give it a 7. Has results, means it, fell off so roughly, even though Mathmech was wrongfully banned for a time. Would it have been good if it stayed at 1? Even before Circular, it wasn't great, so yeah. Once it became Circular, it was great. I had lost a local. I got like second to a local because of this deck. Has results, but hasn't stood the test of time like the 8 decks, that's all I'll say. Dragon Ruler, I can say the same for you, sadly, my friend. You're what spellbooks, that's what we'll put you. Heyday Makers, hasn't surpassed its time. Even in Genesis, I think this deck is struggling because it's all pointed. But yeah, let's just save it there. Materiactor? Excuse me? I think it's seen in the rank 3 rank 3 focus deck. It's like Goblin Biker with these guys in Genesis. That's the only time I put it, and that's 1. You get 1. That Mayakashi at the bottom? Yeah, it's Mayakashi. 4. This is like the opposite problem some of these guys got. Good extra deck guys, bad main deck guys. These are really decent main deck guys. But the extra deck is so not that great. Machina. Rank 10 because it's a 10. No, we're getting a 7. Earth Machine. How do you even rate Makina? I'll put it there. 7's as best as I can put it. Time to spin some wheels. Anger Knuckle. Mech Knight. Put it at a 6 actually. Columns were funny. Kind of extra, they were just using extra bodies honestly, but funny guys. Melfi. 7. The cards are good. Wally, Penny, Catty, Puppy. All those guys are fun. Staring contest, Forest, into Zeus, all kind of fun. Good guys. Memento. You know, this deck kind of competed with Snake Eye during the time. After Snake Eye left, it still kind of showed up fine. I think people moved on to like Crystron. The Memento pilots, they're kind of different. Those guys that keep up with this deck, they're different. And they have like a heavy point cost in Genesis, and people are still committed to this damn deck. I'll give it an 8. You can do wonders against these other decks in different formats. For higher, I'll play it at a 6. It doesn't feel on par as the 7 decks. A lot of hype, but not a lot of results as the 7s. Megalith, I think I have to put it at the same here. Did well in Genesis though. They got some hits in Genesis because the new cards were pointed. But I think it's a fine deal here. Yummy! I have to put it above them because Yummy was crazy. Yummy got like 2 cards limited off rip. They got Arclight limited and Obedience School limited. I'm like, you can't have those. And they might even get those cards banned at this point. Because they're still like, we'll still rock them. It's fine. Marshmallow is insane. This deck just can do anything really. So, I'll give it up. Yummy is that archetype. Mikanko. Another kind of jump scare archetype. I'll put it at a 7. Strong. Didalog, Orihime's fine. Yeah, I'll put it right here. That's fine right there. Ooh, Mimighoul. I'm gonna put Mimighoul and these two together. I think that's where we'll put them. Another dedicated, if there's a dedicated like one of these two, Mimighoul or Memento, I think you're in for a bad time against one of those guys. Oh Jesus, Dream Mirror. There's 2 field spells. But no one gameplay. Oh my god, what? Mitsurugi. Put it next to your yummy friend. Yeah. Once I released Habakiri, it was over. Habakiri became a splash in so many decks. Orcust. Ryzeal. Fiendsmith even tried, just like, yeah, let's play Habakiri. It'll work. Oh my goodness. So let's do that. Metal Morph, I'll put at 4, because there's only 4 cards you put in your deck for Metal Morph. The Trap, Full Metal Foes Fusion, and the guy. And the black metal to search the big guy. Metal Foe! My boys. I think this is the only Pendulum deck I like. This is the only Pendulum deck I like. Metal Foes are crazy. I love them so much. They're so good. A deck like this one, though, cannot exist anymore because it needs to play all engine. You can't afford non-engine in this deck. But god, is it fun to play. Magician Souls plus this deck, oh, you felt like you were living life to the fullest. Metaphys by Weather Painter. We all talked about the field spell, but it didn't lead up to anything. Put it right there. Alright, so that's the list. Wow. What a list. Hope you guys enjoyed. I guess you can understand my top, these 10 being these 5 being the top of the cream of the crop, the 10s. 9s, you know, I'll give it up to them. They're great. And then we have the 8s, the 7s, the 6, the 5s, the 4s, and the 3, and the 3 1s here. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next one. I got like two more of these, I think, unless you want to send me tier lists. Bye-bye for now.